Part 1. Welcome to Bullyville. Chapter 1. City Gates. I no longer feel compelled to work for the community, said a rural mayor with a likeness to St. Nick in his very public midterm 2018 resignation letter. I actually feel ill every time I return to town and sick to my stomach to attend council meetings. I'm not able to sleep at night due to worrying because of the divisiveness. It's affecting my health and I won't suffer any longer. This resignation, which the mayor stated was due to the actions and behavior of a certain portion of the community that had poisoned the workings of council, was followed by the resignations of 2 other municipal council members. What made the mayor's resignation especially troubling was the fact that he had diligently served the same community for 30 years, 14 years as an elected representative. The only thing that had changed was political culture over time. Like the canary in the mine, he grew weary from the toxic fumes. The end result? An experienced leader was lost, the governance and effectiveness of a local government was shaken, and a community was left behind, further divided. If this was the experience of only 1 or 2 or even a handful of communities with unique governance challenges or social issues, it could be chalked up as personally tragic for those involved. The trouble is we are seeing a sharp rise in incivility and bullying in our communities everywhere, stifling democratic debate, paralyzing municipal councils, costing precious resources and tax dollars, and hampering the proper and effective functioning of local government. A 1946 documentary made by Encyclopedia Britannica in collaboration with Yale University to educate citizens after the war about the importance of guarding and preserving their local democracies nicely sums up why this is a problem for all of us. What happens in a single community is the problem of its own citizens, but it is also the problem of us all because as communities go, so goes the nation. Enter at your own risk. And so goes the nation indeed. Municipal politics today is too often characterized by shocking and very public breaches of acceptable conduct by elected officials, staff, and citizens. Barely a day goes by without another damning headline. Councillors behaving badly. Toxic council relationships damaging the town. Harassment report proves city has workplace culture problem. Angry group confronts CAO at home. CAO charged with defrauding town. Mayor appeals to the voters after review finds he harassed and bullied female staff. CAO resigns over council behavior. Delay in addressing workplace racism, slap in the face, says councillor. Toxic city hall led by paranoid mayor. That's only a small sample of recent Canadian headlines and doesn't include the heightened shenanigans such as accusations of voter fraud, defamation, vandalism, and theft, among other toxic actions in the public square that transpire during local elections. Besides eroding public trust and creating costly organizational paralysis, this toxicity is an unhealthy development for our local democracies. We know the quality and diversity of candidates running for office suffers. For the less socially secure you are, the less likely you are to subject yourself to the politics of the snake pit. Existing and experienced politicians are deterred from seeking a second term. Low voter turnout is chronic, with about a quarter of eligible U.S. city voters and about half of Canadian eligible city voters casting a ballot. The situation only worsens as media outlets are consolidated and local news coverage diminishes. An election by acclamation remains high. Many jurisdictions have more positions filled by acclamation than by elections. We need an active democracy and active citizens to solve these problems, says CEO Craig Pollitt of the municipalities of Newfoundland and Labrador, where elections by acclamation are over 55%. In the most recent elections, a quarter of all provincial municipalities had to extend their nomination period because there were no candidates coming forward to fill vacant seats. Nobody's coming